As for Alexander, he would still be innocent and he'd be able to die. So. So are we, Yes. Of course they're still around. Oh, and they're gone. Okay. Ew, that's really fishy. Well, I guess I should have heeded the statements of make sure you have everything before trying to assemble the orb. That was my mistake. But I don't know. I don't know. Everything else, almost everything else in the game is obvious, but that one was so subtle and sneaky. So down here is where we assemble the orb, if I recall correctly. Oh no. This is open now. What's down here for me? Anything? Nothing? Yeah, that's about what I expected. I feel like I have to do something with this. Not large enough to jam the cogwheels. Ah, I knew it! What is large enough to jam the cogwheels? Nothing down here that I see. Let's go find something larger. Get spooked by angry monsters. Oh. Oh, new note.
August 1839. I cannot believe what I have become. One of the girls escaped and I chased after her all the way upstairs. I hunted her down and... what is her life worth? How many lives can I take before I surrender my own? Sure, I would kill a murderer to save an innocent. But to kill an innocent to save myself? A cold-blooded murderer.
And that's why he drank the amnesia potion.
He is lying.
I have a feeling these boxes aren't going to work, though. We need something bigger and chunkier. I don't even know why I have to shut down this mechanism, but I see a mechanism, and I'm like, yeah. That's what I figured. So I need to find something big and metal. And for whatever reason, I can't pick that up. Oh, nope, I can't pick that up either. So let's see what we have going on over here. There might be something in the chamber that I can use. Maybe. Absolutely detest those things. sure, but I still need to find some way to disable that mechanism. I don't even know why I have to... Do I even have to do anything with that mechanism? Let's just go. Let's just put the ore pieces in. I have the tar. There we go. Ow. Okay. Alright, so I do need to mess up the machinery somehow. I didn't realize I could light that. Cool. Alright, well, we're not done yet. Yes, I get it. It's gotta be something in this area. Because I can't carry things through doors. And there was nothing down there, so it has to be something over here. Or something that I already have. Or maybe this will work? I don't know. There's a couple more pieces of rock there. Well, bam! Pow! What chow? It obviously doesn't like that. Where did my hammer go? Is there something here? No. Man, I don't really want to look up anything else. These are just glass. They're not going to do anything. Pipe? Pipe would work, but I can't grab the pipe. What is going on? Why can't... Why can't I figure this out? I feel so dumb after feeling so smart for most of the game. All right, Google. I hate to do this again. All right, let's see. Yep. But how do I break the machinery? That is the question. Yep, boxes won't work. Seriously? Are you kidding me? Okay. Alright. So, I had the right idea. I just didn't have the right rock. Seriously? It's looking for one of these rocks. That's definitely going to get someone's attention. Maybe? Maybe not. Yes, yes it is. I heard that. I definitely heard that. It's fine, maybe they'll go away. Unless we have to sneak around him. I don't know. Is it over? I think it's over. We'll know in a second. Yep, we're good. Alrighty then, let's proceed. Hello, spooky ghost cloud. Aw, man, there's just fleshy bits all over the place now. We'll just close that. We'll leave the shadow alone. Aw, the orb's gone. Nope, 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 nope. Keep running. We're not done yet. No.
5th of August, 1839. It's not fair. I'm not to blame. I've been manipulated by that demon. He played my guilty conscience and duped me into facing the shadow alone. That vile, conspiring man. He expects me to meet my death as he steals power beyond imagination. Alexander, I will kill you for what you have done. If only the shadow had caught me in London or Algeria, I wouldn't have to suffer this humiliation. You made me a murderer. A monster!
I mean, ultimately, you were the one who decided to kill those
I
people.
merely await my death. I am too weak to press on. I can hardly stand as my knees fail me. I cannot see as my eyes are dressed in tears. I am as broken as the men I've tortured. If only I could wipe my fear away, as we did with them.
And that's when he got the idea of, ow. I don't know what I did, but okay, sure. Go ahead and heal myself up. Check out this room. Probably have to do the same thing, yeah. Heal myself up again. So are we good? Door won't open. Well, now what? What am I missing? Do I have to light the candles? Kalima! Kalima! Do I have to do something over here? Okay. I guess that's fine. So are the candles necessary, or? Candles were unnecessary. That's... okay. Are we good? Doobie-doo-doo. Pow, pow, pow. Orb chamber. Remember, kids, this is all a nefarious plan for Alexander to show me his inner sanctum and his orb.
It saddens me to
See, Alexander, come on, look. I know how much you really wanted me to see your inner sanctum, but could you at least put some pants on, man? Look, okay, look, I saw your inner sanctum. I saw your orbs.
Sacrifice.
It's fine.
Come, help me finish the ritual. There's still time before the shadow catches up with you.
Do I want to do that, though? Is there rocks or anything I can throw? Can I use the bone saw? Come on. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. Is there, anything I can do about this? So this one's on the verge of falling over, but how do I knock it over? Come on. Is this the stupid, like, pulling physics puzzle again? It is.
Don't do that.
Alright, I gotcha.
I realize you doubt my intentions.
Because you don't want to save my life.
You are ruining it. The are so close, I beg you.
You better give me a good reason not to knock this pillar over.
Maybe I'm saving mine too. I'm just like you, Daniel. A prisoner of circumstance. Trapped in a world I no longer recognize. As you gain your freedom, will you deny me mine? We are so close. Closer than I've been for centuries.
Yeah? But here's the thing. I want to live, so... yeah.
You killed us. You killed us both.
Maybe. But it kind of looks like you're being killed by the shadow. See what happens when you show people your inner sanctum? The shadow doesn't like people who shows off their inner sanctum. All you had to do is wear some pants, man.
It was my greatest triumph, and I never looked back.
Nope, let me look back. I'm gonna look back. You can't take this away from me, game.
You think I was afraid, fleeing Brennenburg?
Okay,
Huh.
yeah.
Quite the contrary. I knew it was my purgatory. Hellfire made to wash away my sins.
All the sins you committed at Brennenburg itself. So, I mean... you don't usually commit more sins when in purgatory.
There's no denying the things I've done, but I have paid my tribute. I gave them that awful man. I did the right thing.
And that was the end of Amnesia, everybody. It's done! So, here are my thoughts on the game. Oh, it was a horror experience. There were gameplay elements, like there was puzzle solving and whatnot, but most of it was based around the surviving the horror monsters. And to be completely honest, other than the thriller chase sequences, the horror aspects were not that difficult to get around. I only died once, and I died once because I walked up the stairs right into a monster that hadn't even had its notification yet. So, from a gameplay aspect, Amnesia's sense not really that great. Most of the puzzles were either obvious or obscure. Like, come on. How was I supposed to know... well, I guess they've been talking about the whole game, but how was I supposed to know that in all 6 chambers, there was one chamber where I had to dangle a jar down a hole to get some vitae? I don't get it. I don't understand. Voice actors were great, by the way. Just putting that out there. And it, like I said, it wasn't even that difficult to hide from the monsters. All of them had the same sort of notification of when they were coming in, and then all you had to do was go someplace in a corner and hide and stare at the wall, because if you looked at them, they would find out where you were. With a few exceptions. Obviously, the thriller chase sequences, a lot of them were orchestrated to make it seem like the monster was closer to you than they were. For example, with the water monster at the beginning, that water monster was nowhere near me. But with the music and the sounds crescendoing in my ears, it made it sound like they were. So that was just a trick of the music. The second chase sequence that I recall in the sewer was... It got me because I didn't know where he was coming from, and I backed pretty much right into him. I still didn't get hit. Like, that thing was right behind me, and I closed the door in its face, but it had plenty of time to hit me between the time that I got through the door and I closed it. So those chase sequences were a lot more generous than they appeared to be. Horror aspects. Most of the horror aspects that I felt worked was the atmosphere. The monsters themselves weren't particularly scary. Now, part of that was because the fear of them kind of dwindled a little bit early on when they got caught multiple times on the scenery. But again, you just had to hide from them, and they weren't exactly that aware. The atmosphere in the first part of the game was absolutely phenomenal, because I did not know what was a monster and what was not a monster. That's when the horror started to wane on me a little bit. Now, obviously, the fear of the unknown was still there for a lot of it, but the first hour or so before you encounter a monster, before you even encounter a monster in the game, was really good, because you kept hearing noises. You heard running, alert noises from the monster showing up, but then you never saw the monster. Once the monster was introduced, which it's kind of vague on who they were, whether it was, presumably it was the servants that he locked in the winery, right? But once they started to appear, they were absolutely predictable. Obviously, there was a couple of times where you touch a door and they smash at the door, and that startled you. That was just a jump scare. Jump scares are always meant to make you jump, obviously. But if the atmosphere of the first hour of hearing noises and unsure of what those noises are, if you had like times in the game where you had false notifications of a monster coming, or no like ominous monster is here music, it would have been a lot more scary, because I wouldn't have known when there was an enemy around who was going to kill me. Scariest part was... The first hour was definitely the scariest. For me, anyhow. Being chased by the water monster. The first hour, and of course that aesthetic also came back in the prisons, right? That was pretty intense too, and that was actually lethal danger in the prisons at that point. But once again, you did not know, or you knew what was coming. It was always pretty obvious what was going on. If there was an enemy around, you heard the music play. You heard the sound cue of the monster spawning in. So, from a horror aspect, it was great. From a gameplay aspect, not really very impressed with it. But I'm glad I had this experience. I'm glad that I gave Amnesia a try. And now I'll never have to go back to it. Never, ever, ever have to go back to it. Not in 100 years, not in 1,000,000 years, not in 1,000 years. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to do this for you folks. You can bring me along. I can bring you along on this little journey together. Just you and me and you. For the final conclusion of this act. Maybe. Excuse me. Same. Are you just going to show a black screen? This is not... Hold on. Hold on. Hold the phone. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take you over to display 2. This is not how I envisioned this ending going. Display 2 is a little bit smaller for you folks, but for whatever reason, it's not working on display capture 1. We're going to go here to Amnesia. Properties. Uninstall game. Go away. I don't want you anymore. And, will I be playing more horror games in the future? I played Amnesia, right? I survived Amnesia. Will I make it a normal occurrence? No. At best, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it for Halloween. What achievements did we not get? We do have achievements. We've only gotten half of the achievements. We did not pick up every tinderbox? Lame. We did not read every note. Wow, I thought I was pretty good on the notes. But anyway, that will be it for this series. And I tried to do a little bit different this time. I recorded all this in, well, 2 goes, technically. And I don't know how that's going to work out as far as editing is concerned. But if you want to see more content like this, like and subscribe below. Maybe I will subject myself to more horror if there is a large outcry for it. But until next time, I'm Leecros, and happy gaming.